Hi, it's taken me a while to do a video. I've been not well for a few weeks and my voice is just coming back. But I had an impulse to come here and do a little chat. I got two great questions and I'll just try to speak to one of them today. It was challenging. I felt like I was supposed to get ready for that one because it was such a good question. But every time I try to wrap my brain around those questions, it just doesn't work. So here I go again, and let's see where we go with it. So the question is, which one will I get? Okay. What about how to feel the happiness of your present situation without letting ambition and desire change the fizzle? Or said in the reverse, how to have ambition toward a goal and not allow the fact that you're not there yet cause you to feel negatively toward your present situation. Okay. I think this is a very timely question because of the crisis that we are all facing right now with our state of happiness. So how to remain content and in agreement with what is in the present moment as you are heading, or it's challenging to find words, as you are enjoying the ability to create something more, and that more in our earth plane is perceived as in the future. So I see that a lot, and I love the fact that I'm also confronted with a little bit of that through my own life. That has changed a lot since I've been married and had a child. I was a loner, and very much of my life was about research and reading and concocting in my space. Even once I got myself well through those very means, my life, my internal life was full. I loved going to my place, reading, researching, and testing. Filled me up, and it's almost like everything else was sort of peripheral. I was doing it and I enjoyed it, and then it was amazing to come back home and sort of go in that bubble that was timeless and do those things. My life has opened up and has thrown me into more in the outer world, at least from a more superficial way of looking at things, where you have to delineate all that with the opposites all the time. But I am more in the world, and it is therefore really challenging a lot of stuff that I realized I didn't want to deal with. It was threatening, it brought fear, and now it's coming to me at a time in a place where I can handle it better. I'm more sort of ready for that, and I'm more willing and wanting that. And that leads me to the question where it's important to understand that the experiences that we want and cherish out there are really a reflection of what it is we experience in here. And that makes sense if we sort of simplify that, meaning we know that if we're grumpy and in a bad mood, we are more likely to stump our toes, to yell at our child, to take a remark more negatively and be more defensive, to not be as able to listen and hear other people express things to us, and so on and so on. So we are, through our internal moods, we are creating a reality that reflects that mood. And sometimes we have days where everything flows and we get up and we feel good, we feel at peace, and things go well and conversation go well, and we perhaps are under the illusion that it just happens to be a good day. And I think the important aspect of those two little simplified examples are that we internally set up a reflection of ourselves in the outer world. So when you have a goal, which may, depending on how you position yourself toward that goal, may make you feel like the present moment is not enough. And therefore, if you accomplish that goal, once you get there, you will be so happy. But if you think about the simple example I just gave, if you are disgruntled, unhappy, dissatisfied, feeling incomplete in the moment, as you are setting up goals and expectations and a place that will then make you happy, it sort of doesn't go together. So if every step of the way you are accomplishing that goal with a sense of not being enough and not able to be happy and feeling satisfied with what is in the present moment, because that's why you have a goal, so that you can be happy then the odds are you will recreate that mood, that position you have internally in every step of the way, of your way toward that goal. Now you may very well accomplish that goal as well, but if on your way there you are, feeling like the world is creating opposition, difficulties, challenges, and you are never happy with where you're at, and where you're at changes every time you head toward your goal. So if where you're at is filled with emotions and thought processes that are about not being happy where you are, not being content where you are right now, not approving of the challenges that are coming your way in order to help you get toward your goal, then by the time you get to your goal, even if you accomplish it, the odds are you created a lot of animosities and other stumbling blocks that will have been created and exist as you are sitting in that goal, having accomplished that goal. And of course, once you're there, it doesn't quite feel the way you thought it was going to feel back then. So here you are in that present moment, that goal, you did it, good job, you're sitting in it, you're not happy. This is why how you feel every day, your experiences that lead you to your goal are so much more important than the goal. It doesn't matter what the goal is. What matters is how do you feel on your way there. And when you have obstacles, are you seeing it as life is wanting to get in your way? Or are you seeing it that perhaps it is teaching you something that will create great sense of contentment if you welcome it and see it as, all right, what have you got to teach me? And then by the time you get to that goal, you're happy about the goal, but you also feel quite well, and you may have made friendship and other connection and created other situations that will be exciting to go after that particular goal has been accomplished. Does that make sense? This is why the experience of the doing of is crucial. And I'm seeing it a lot in my own life and we're stubborn. We're so stubborn. Even if something just doesn't make you happy, you just keep trying and repeating the same thing, thinking that somehow it's going to make you happy at some point. But it doesn't. And I'm seeing it in my life. A lot of things that I've avoided in the past, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously, are coming at me one at a time. And I can see now that those are lessons that were really important for my feeling of well-being and of internal health, emotional, mental, spiritual well-being and alignment. I can see that the world has been kind and is giving me other opportunities to step up for my own well-being, not in order to look good to the outside world, but in order to live events that were frightening to me, to live them differently, so that the world is not so scary, that you create a world in the very simple ways that I've just described earlier at the beginning of this video, that may not be such a frightening world. And you're watching a girl who was very frightened of the world, and it paralyzed me. So I'm speaking from experience. And now I can even look at those paralyzing moments and see how much it taught me. Not only taught me in order to help me grow, but taught me to have great compassion for others, even if not able to feel it and express it in the very moment, but not long after I can look back at the individual that I disliked or was threatened by or upset by, and I can really see, oh, no, he's a teacher. And then that allows you to accept each moment as a teacher. Each moment is there to enhance you, not to break you. And that's a big one. So even the chaos of our days now are not there to break us. They're there to wake us up so that we can create a reflection of us that is a reflection of kindness and cooperation and togetherness and health and well-being and respect. So the goal itself is not what's going to create your happiness and your sense of fulfillment. Therefore, you learning to have a sense of peace and acceptance toward your day and where you are right now, right here, and every day that leads you to that goal are your teachers and are crucial to your sense of great joy once you accomplish that goal. The goal was really just an excuse to reorganize your internal self. That's the way I feel the universe works, or one of the ways. I hope that answered your question, and let me know. Be well.